for being here. Thank you so much, especially on such a beautiful day. We feel this is a big, are you waving to Jason?
No, Lance.
Oh, yeah, come on in, brother. So, no, it's such a beautiful day, and welcome to summer. Welcome to summer, and Sarah, welcome to 50. Happy birthday, Sarah. Well, thanks to kick, stretch, and kick. Well, this is when you start seeing these things that pop up that are 55 and older, and you're like, oh. Before they were up, we're all that close. Permission if I sit down a little bit, don't want that to look disrespectful. So thank you for all those denied. Okay, thanks. Who put up with my back going out last week. So it completely went out and I was crawling. And it was hard. Thanks to the leadership team for helping me. But the funny thing was I got to the doctor and my wife eventually showed up and she's like, she asked the doctor, why weren't you notified? Why wasn't I notified? Looked in my chart and it said, who to notify in an emergency. So I wrote doctor. I mean, what's she gonna do? Carry me? You know? She's been carrying me for over 30 years already. But welcome to all you on Zoom. Appreciate you being here too. Grace, the lovely Grace, will be at if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Right, Grace?
Yep, I'm on here.
Okay, yep, she's on there. Also, just a reminder, because we had a little bit of a concern with this. If you have side conversations, be real quiet because there's mics right above you. And it's not so much that the Zoomers can't hear, but it's also that, I mean, we encourage engagement. But there are some conversations that some people probably didn't want to hear. Or that they wanted other people to hear. So nothing bad, totally bad, but it was just enough to go, okay, I'll remind these folks. We ready to go?
I was ready to go.
Oh, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
All right, big day.
contracts, those are contracts.
Not real guns. Those are contracts.
Contracts, they're rolled off.
Grace has the guns today, though.
No
She
stall.
loves- She
No
loves,
stall for Grace.
she loves this attention. Great. So Jim Lee's gonna, I mean, it's a great segment and there's gonna be more than just dual agency, but we're gonna focus on dual agency. I want to give a special shout out to our cereal bar for June and July. It's Wow One Day Painting.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what my wife said when I painted. Wow. So, you know, on social media, whatever it is, you get a chance to thank them. I'm gonna post that later. But y'all kill the cereals, you're serial killers and we love it. And we're just grateful for our sponsors and they bring a lot of value. After this today, we have the Mega Agent Mastermind. What that is for people who are new. But the mega agents get in the room and they share what's working, what's not working, what they're seeing in the market, concerns, wins. And then agents who are not mega agents are also welcome to be in the room. It's just that the megas have their full floor. So just to greatly appreciate if you respect that. Also, what we have now is we have a new sponsor here today who's going to do a lunch and learn. So let's bring up Keystone Builders.
All right, guys, thank y'all so much. Randy Williams with Keystone Builders, the Randy Burrs, co-owner of Keystone Builders. Real quick, I know I only got 1 minute before you guys get ready to throw us out and eat.
Yeah, we got a hook.
We got a hook above. So a realtor partnership program is what we're starting right now. We have one trusted exterior partner. The two major things outside of financing that's falling through for realtors, right? One of those things is getting a home ready to market and getting a home ready to close. Our job here is to show you how we can bring value to help you with both of those things. Pretty much it. That's it.
That's one question we just got. Which one is Randy?
Both of us.
Hey, let's give it up for this. Randy, you got married over the weekend. Sorry, ladies. Perfect. Perfect.
Also, not only did he get married, but he's also working on his license. His real
Yes,
estate.
sir. I will be
Yeah,
an
all
agent
that.
soon.
He's gonna be sitting on the other side in a couple of months.
Watch out. Speaking of watch out, hey, let's welcome up our superior leader.
This where I fire him?
Go ahead.
Or what? Like,
That's 6:02.
you got my slide ready? Okay, I thought we were on the same page with that. That's fine. No, it's okay. I just wanted to give you an update on the leadership team. We did get out of business with Cicely on Monday. Her job inside the company was growth. The traditional team leader role did basically a list of 12 to 15 things. They lead every team meeting. They do coaching with the top 20%. They co-lead or lead the staff, so 3 or 4 direct reports. They do coaching 2 to 3 days a month full of coaching appointments. And on top of that would recruit anywhere from 5 to 10 people. A year and a half ago, when we were looking for a replacement, I shifted that and I said, okay, these fine folks and a lot of your leadership team can handle all of that. We need growth and we need someone to help co-lead the ALC. And unfortunately, we just were not hitting those numbers. And so we had a great conversation on Monday. We hugged. We have some good mutual friends that will still, we kind of run in the same circle with Lisa at Title and some of you. Change is hard and not growing is hard, right? My obligation and vision for this market center is that the more we grow, the more resources that I get to give to you as my agent partners. And so when we haven't grown in a year and unfortunately we've gone backwards, had to make a change. So with that being said, I'm happy to put a post together with kind of what I'm looking for. The traditional role did all those things that I just mentioned. We had shifted to, again, just recruiting cappers and co-leading the ALC. I'm going to kind of blend those 2 roles together on who I hire next, right? Many of you, I talked to the ALC on Monday for, I don't know, probably a good 45 minutes. And I think somebody asked, like, well, do we think this next person is going to have real estate experience? I don't know. I don't want to have a drunk monkey or a limiting belief on what I want for that next person or who that is and if they have to or if they don't have to. I just know that we need to grow. And so I'm working with Sienna right now on kind of building a new job ad, so to speak, from even a year and a half ago. It's a little outdated, but I would welcome referrals. If you know somebody that loves to lead, that loves to build things, that might be tired of selling houses, or might be tired of being a loan officer or title, or Dana Gentry's very successful team leader sold furnaces, and he recruited 9 cappers in his first 4 months 2 years ago out in Ohio. Maybe I should hire him. So like they don't necessarily have to be, have a real estate background. So if they're hungry, if they have a ton of grit, determination, they want to build something, they want to grow, they can attract people. That's essentially who I'm looking for. So once I get all of that from up here onto paper, I'll post the ad right away. But between now and then, please don't let that hold you back from sending me anybody that comes to mind. If you have new agents or cappers, I'll be with cappers and megas, and Jason will be with the newbies. So if you have referrals, I still welcome those during this time. I'm not in a rush. One of the comments or questions on Monday with the ALC is, do you have any candidates? And actually, yes, I do. Accidentally fell in my lap about 3 weeks ago. A team leader in Champaign, Illinois called me and said, I have a team leader candidate for you. And I'm like, team leader candidate? Like, this was like in May or maybe even April. What? Long and short, there's a lady that interviewed with another market center in Roseville when they had a team leader opening, and it was just too far. And this candidate has built a pretty significant women's clothing business. She was the #1 recruiter for the entire company, and then in the top 3 for sales in an MLM, right? And so we've had a conversation, and I just said, well, if and when the team leader position opens, I'll call you. Haven't called her yet. But we need to cast the net wide, right? Like, I have a lot of connections around this company and all over the country. And so I talked with the leadership team, was that yesterday, and we just agreed we're going to go on a massive hunt. And so knowing that all those things that I listed out are being done by somebody else other than one or two things of recruiting, producing agents and co-leading the ALC, everything will still run because that was already, in place. So just wanted to share that news with you and what.
I was just gonna ask you, just give a quick, look inside how much you poured into that role. Meaning, we all recognize she's an amazing talent, she totally.
Unbelievable. Yep.
Invests this
Yep.
culture, and I mean, just the amount of,
Yep.
You poured into it to help her be successful.
Yeah, and I mean, no hard feelings towards Cicely. It's not the person, it's the results, right? And many of you that have teams, you've been through this before. And so, yeah, I mean, she had several different coaches. The Milwaukee number one, as you know, I have the region as well. The number one team leader in the entire region is in Milwaukee, and her name is Mandy. And so Mandy and her OP, Charlie Saleh, were coaching her for a good 8 months. And then she had another coach for probably the next, well, she's been here a year, so 4 months. And then I lead a team leader call once a month at the region, and then I have a coach that coaches all the team leaders in the region. And that call is every single Thursday at 10:30. So lots of, coaching and consulting. I met with her weekly 4 or 5 months ago. I started having Colin meet with her every week, where she would recruit him. He'd be the mega agent. He'd give back, the kind of the objections. And so I put it all on the table, right? Like I worked and worked and worked, and again, it's not the person, it's the lack of results. So I shared with the ALC on Monday as well. Changes is not easy for you. It's extremely difficult for me as well, especially when you've built a relationship with someone over the last year, right? So just know that it's not fun for me either. Even though I stand up and I'm like, okay, we're on to the next. It's maybe that direct, maybe even inside it's, maybe not as easy. So just wanted you to know. And my goal is by the end of the week, which is pretty hefty goal, is to have the ad ready to be able to start posting on all the different job boards and social media and stuff. I would love a referral from someone internally, because if you want to grow your profit share, the best way to do so is to, attract a team leader to be in your profit share trade. Because I have a couple of them in mind. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was a team leader for 9 years, and my father, earned a lot of profit share because of me. So then when I have team leaders in my profit share tree, he earns from that too, as you all know how profit share works. So kudos to him. All right, anything else? Any questions? Yeah, for me. Concerns, questions, comments? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. And yeah, one of the things that can really help at TL, and of course help Olivia right now is keep in mind, who are the agents out there? There's so many shifting foundations in this industry, and people are still kind of, confused as to what's going on. So keep your antenna up, but preferably agents who love dogs.
Amen.
All right, speaking of people we love to recruit, we like to recruit people like Megan. Hey, Megan and Lauren.
Hi, I don't know if you can hear me. My service isn't the best, but I'm on Zoom.
Well, your service must be the best because you topped the charts in April. So way to go with that.
Thank you.
Units. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
What's super exciting for me, Megan, and really a rewarding part of what I get to do with y'all is I remember meeting with you a while back. I hope you don't mind me sharing this. And you were having a struggle, like a lot of us do, going on vacation and being present.
Yes.
You have now gone on so many vacations and so many concerts that I was curious to do, and the concerts. And it's just so impressive to see you maintain this and also what you've done. It's fun too, because you're homegrown, so to speak. You started at another Keller Williams very briefly and then came here, and you just, you grew and you're a blessing to us. And keep up the great work. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you so much.
And who do you know for future plays of the week? Because, I mean, I love the third party aspect of bragging about you guys because these, you know, this will get 3,000 views. Oh, and it's just nice having other people placate you in that regard. So wonderful. Hey, we just have something we want to talk about briefly, just to share. It's the Zillow Preview. As you know, we partnered with Zillow for properties listing and basically want to let you know that, well, let me remind you, it was to build early interest or the benefits, to generate listing momentum, to create additional seller value, and of course, to receive leads from Zillow for your coming soons, and as well as commission up to 10% should one of those sell in that regard. That is the thoughts. So why are we sharing this right now? There's an onboarding hub that we want to share with you so that you can check it out, look at the workflow and decide whether it fits your business or not. And a Zillow rep will be emailing you soon with how to get your account started and get your Zillow preview listings going. And here, if you'd like, there's a QR code. This is what the onboarding hub looks like. So if you wanted to mess with it a little bit, it'll and see what it is, because they do a really great job. There's actually a lot of great marketing content so that when you show up to your listing appointments, you can just change it to what, you know, with your likeness and such, and just be another value add. May have access to it or not, but they may not say it, and that be just one of the things that makes a difference. Yes, Steve.
And this is a partnership between Keller Williams International and so.
Yes, sir. And then our brokerage has to agree individually, and we have. And so I would guess within a week, we'll get the email to fully on board. And then it's up to you, should you want to use that service or not.
Okay.
Which is great. Thank you, Steve. And great haircut, Steve. Great haircut for Steve, by the way. He used some of that Olivia's profit share to trim up the tooth. He uses a tooth. Yeah.
Number 2 clip.
That's what I'm talking about. That's on top. See? There we go. Hey, oh.
Oh, I was,
Hi,
just gonna-
yeah.
hey, I was just gonna say, I was scheduling photos like earlier this week through Virtuance. And it gave me like some type of an option to add on something for Zillow Preview. So I'm not sure exactly, at the time I didn't know what that meant, but it must be some type of marketing tool it will create for me that I can put on here.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Once you get your account going, when you get that email, then when you have that option, you can exercise that.
Yes, super cool.
Nice job.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm excited about it. I think I paid for it, so I'm gonna get something for my photos that are tomorrow. So I'll let you know what happens.
Yes, let us know. Let us know. We'll have you as the panelist on next week. How about that?
Maybe.
Thank you. Well, speaking of something, let's onboard Brian.
All right. I just want to touch on a couple things today. First of all, the first generation homebuyer program is back. State of Minnesota, actually, the Community Down Payment Development Association, they had $100 million to use last year. Minnesota Housing burned through their 50 million quickly. They are on top of things, their experience. The CDA was not. They had to put a stop to it just because they couldn't handle the volume. Just were not quite sure how to handle it. And so it's coming back this summer. So I think we have time. If you've got a customer who's a first generation buyer in their family, or they've had a foreclosure in their family, that still would qualify as a first generation buyer. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind. A couple of changes, they've switched it to just 118.9 as far as total income. They're not concerned about, it used to be, hey, we've got 4 kids, you can go higher or lower. It's just a flat, household income earners in the household, so it's just a flat 118,900. And there's a instructor-led course that they have to take before they're gonna be able to even make an offer. So I only bring it up now, it might be another month or two before we can even access it. But if you got anybody, start looking at your database, because there's a few things that we have to get set up before you can actually make an offer. One other thing I just wanted to show you, we've got a whole broker channel of a suite of programs out there. This is just one Champion Bank, you know, no income, no assets, no doc loans. There's all kinds of things out there. If you got a customer with 20, 30 grand down, there's probably a program out there. Don't give up on them. Oh, you know, they've got all types of credit issues. Just as an example, or I should say, think about that. Don't give up on them. You know, worst case, if there isn't something that fits, you know, okay, we're gonna rehab them to the point a year from now, 2 years from now, that they can now purchase. So I would just say, don't give up on anybody that you're working with. All right, so I've been working with Lizzie over the CAP agency. Whole missing glove incident. All right, so we got that all tracked down. And she goes, you know, we were really, you know, quite pleased with your Red Day groups. Most of them.
Oh, yeah.
So she sent some pictures of the Red Day houses that we were working on. First one was, all right, this was Jamie's team leader on this group. All right, the before. It's okay. Okay. I'm gonna be in that group.
There you go.
Okay, so the next group was Megan, the team leader. Okay, the before. You know.
Move the garbage can.
After, I don't know.
It's gonna make it worse.
Wasn't that impressive, I don't.
I don't know, when we left there was like 8 trash cans over there.
I mean, he took photos, not.
Oh, okay.
So then the last group was Toddy's group. All right, there was confusion. They thought you're going to Charlie's first. And so they didn't show up until about 5:30. We had Charlie for about 8 hours. That was all. So even the Calvin didn't even fix the mailbox cramp. Anyway, so I'm still working on her. Maybe she'll have us back next year.
Okay. That's outstanding.
It's such a special part of our culture. It's so amazing. And you know, what was extra amazing was, let's see here. What was extra amazing was Brian felt so bad about that house that he went back, because we asked, hey, we need to recycle this stuff. And he went back and he just recycled the beer. Then there's Jennifer running off with his glove. And you got a ninja loan here. In the mailbox. So thank you for making sure all that beer didn't go to waste. Well, let's welcome Toddy. Well, she's not here. This is Toddy right now.
Oh.
It's been amazing. But yeah, she was working from home.
Big baby.
She's in bed rest. She's in bed rest, and she's still doing a great job responding to different things. And we just greatly appreciate her, and we just pray for nothing but health and also understanding from Gus. That's a big part of this. And let's bring up Grace as the pinch hitter.
Hi. Thank you. You saw. Okay. Coming in to fill in for Toddy. I just want to talk about young adults quantum leap. This is next Thursday. If you are 29 or under, it's a super great opportunity. I will be there. Megan will be there. So she's great. She's a certified teacher for it. It's essentially setting up like your values and your mission for your life, not just in your business. It's not real estate specific. So anyone you know, like outside of the industry or in the real estate industry, please send this to them, have them come. It's a super great opportunity. It's 9 to 3. I'm super excited for it. It's going to be super valuable. So yeah, that's on Thursday. Next Thursday.
food?
No.
Hey, Maria,
Pack a lunch.
Can old people come?
There's another event for you this day. I'll tell you about later. Yes.
Not allowed.
Yeah,
Quantum spell.
there's 30 and up. 30 and up event. Okay, we're partnering with Tammy Bryce on June 25th. Yeah. Okay, so we're partnering with Tammy Bryce on June 25th. This is gonna be after studio. We're gonna have some snacks and some drinks there, but it's a good opportunity to update your headshot and also get B-roll content. And it's not a huge time suck out of your day. You'll get the B-roll content. You'll get 5 clips if you sign up for that and 1 finalized headshot. You'll get the B-roll filmed for you while you're getting your headshot. So it's not like a separate thing. It's a great use for social media. It's unedited. You can use it and cycle through quarterly. It's just a really good opportunity. Tammy Bryce does a great job. She's awesome. If you've ever worked with her before, you can bring 2 to 3 outfit changes, but get signed up for that. We'd love to see this fill up more people.
Didn't that guy who's gonna come and visit want to charge like $900 for B-roll footage?
Yeah. You're right.
Okay, and this is not 900.
Nope, not 900.
Way
It's
better.
$295 for 5 B-roll clips and 1 headshot photo. She's doing a special deal for us for these headshots and B-roll footage. So get signed up. Okay, $1,000 giveaway. The deadline to sign up is next Monday. You may have seen a video in the Facebook group about this, but it's another really great opportunity. This plug and play event is nice because you get personalized graphics set up for you. So if you ask for those in your Google form, when you sign up, I'll create those for you so that you have them to send out. And then it looks to your clients like you are giving away this $1,000 giveaway. What I really like about this too is that it gives your clients the opportunity to call you instead of you calling them. So there's a call day on June 29th that they'll call you, update any of their information. So if they've changed their address, their phone number, anything, it's a good excuse for you to get that information from them. Their names will be entered into a pool and we'll cycle it through. And on June 30th, we'll announce the winner. It's $50 to sign up. It's a good touch point if you're running a 36 touch program. So make sure you get signed up for that before next Monday.
Yes, since Bryce just leaned over and said, I saw her video and I also saw your cheesy bleepity bleep comment on Grace's video. Wait, I'll just reenact it for you. Wait, Grace. Does that mean that KWPR agents invest $50 and then they have a chance to look like they're the ones that gave away $1,000?
That is what I'm saying.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you, Olivia.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And thanks, Bryce.
Yeah.
I did see you signed up.
Yeah. Because of the easy bleep comment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the bleeps from Grayson here.
Yeah.
My buddy Grayson. Who likes them.
Seems like a bleep.
Now this is for you 30 and uppers, okay? This is on June 11th, next Thursday. This is Patrick Ferry. Yep.
Are 29 and under allowed to go to this one?
No.
Yep, but I strongly encourage they attend the other one. So Patrick Ferry is at 2:00. This is a roadshow that he's doing through the region. It's gonna be great for marketing and AI and getting a bunch of information on that, but it's gonna be, you can sign up on your own or with this QR code, and you also get a recording from it if you sign up. So I encourage you to do that. If you can't attend it on the date, you'll get a recording and then you have it and you're able to watch it later. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Olivia, do you have anything else?
No, Bryce just, was making me laugh again, because he said he's gonna start a division for KW old people. And
You have to the left sheets.
where they print out them on the sheet. No, I did, we've mentioned it before, but his dad owns Barry Coaching Company, and so he left that coaching company and came to MAPS. And he's fantastic. I've heard him speak a few times and very knowledgeable on the topic of marketing and AI. So I don't know, it's free, it's an hour. You can just scan a code and be there.
Where's this for?
Thank you.
Where's it at?
It's remote, so it's on Zoom.
It's on Zoom. Oh.
Is that one on Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there a way that people who are 30 or older could do both and be at the quantum thing, Tandy?
Younger?
Yeah, there you go. So Quantum Leap is not recorded. It's here in the training room from 9 to 3 for 18 people, 18 to 29. And then this event is just also happening on the same day. So if you sign up for it and you want to go to the Quantum Leap, then you can watch this at a later date too. That's probably what I'm gonna do, is sign up so that I can watch it at a later date. Okay, last thing, the annual KWPR barbecue is coming up on July 8th. You'll see more information about a sign up for the potluck and all the food in the Friday email, and more to come out that next week. But we just wanted you guys to get this on your calendar so it's super fun. Hopefully the weather's great. But we'll just set out about a tent out in the parking lot. Colin and Jason are gonna grill. And we're just gonna have a great time, a lot of food. It's gonna be right after the team meeting, but it's always super fun. So if you haven't been, or if you're new, it's such a fun time. I love it. It's one of my favorite events that we do. So yeah, that's it for me.
It's always fun to see Colin's reaction when he learns he was voluntold.
I did ask him, he said this.
He doesn't recall.
He doesn't.
All right, well, let's get to what we really want to hear. Let's dual agency. Let's bring up Jim Lee.
Wow, now we're getting all confused.
Really?
Oh, my son.
Well, dual agency is a very fun topic to talk about in all of us. One that everybody is always so scared to, move through, I guess. So dual agency shouldn't be something that people are scared about working on, and we're all one big family here. Keller Williams is very pro family, so we're from the same brokerage, and it's always good to pitch that, we have almost 200 agents here. So how many of you, when you're on a listing appointment, say, I've got 200 agents at my brokerage, I'm gonna pitch your listing, your listing to prior to going on the market?
Yeah.
Why is it any different when you have your listing live and we're bringing buyers to your listing? So I've personally experienced this when I first came here. I was, going up to the house in multiple offer situation, and I was so excited. I saw the Keller Williams Preferred Realty sign out in the yard, and my buyer was super pumped. They're like, yes, we've been missing out in the market in multiple offers. And I was like, awesome, this is great. So got a colleague that I'm gonna be able to talk to. Unfortunately, the colleague never answered the phone. I couldn't even talk to them at all about my offer. And I was not happy. I was very, very, very mad. This has happened to other people here. I've heard it since I've been here, and I still have to get to know a lot of you. But has anybody else experienced that here? Bryce, who might be scared to raise their hand. But
Depends who it was.
yeah. So that has to stop. Like that cannot happen. Like that's not even professional courtesy. That is not okay. We cannot be doing that here. That is not professional courtesy at all. Like we have to talk to each other. Answering your phone in real estate is basic. I mean, that's just basic. Running a business, you know, somehow we have to answer calls to each other at some point. People are in meetings, have appointments, you have a life, I get it, but at some point in the day, return a call, especially if you're from the same brokerage. That doesn't feel good at all, feels really bad, and we're part of the same family here, so. There's very strict things that we have to honor, obviously, in dual agency. It's clearly cut out on the agency form, even in lines 38 to 43, it literally says on there that you can't advocate for one party to the detriment of the other. And obviously you have to keep your fiduciary duties. Very clear. I'm not saying that you can tell the other person the terms, price, and motivation, unless if the seller told you that you could. And you can. The seller is driving the bus on that to you. But when you're running a listing for your seller, how many times have you talked to other buyer's agents on the phone about offers? A million times, million times. How many times do you get offers from other agents and you think, oh, this person's great to work with, or they're nice to talk to. I think this agent might be really good to work with and might get you through with a smooth transaction. Does that impact the deal sometimes?
Yes.
Sure it does. And if they're from our brokerage, we have good agents here. You should be trying to collaborate with each other and stuff. So that was part of the conversation that we wanted to talk about dual agency, is having conversations, being more open to conversations, talking to each other and just communicating and stuff. Does anybody want to have an open conversation about that or questions? Bryce?
So who does the client belong to? Does it belong to us? I know the answer, but I'm asking you to talk about it because I think it's important to discuss it in this way, but who does the client belong to? Does it belong to the agent or does it belong to the brokerage?
Client belongs to the brokerage.
So we're authorized signers to enter into contracts for the brokerage to provide services for sellers and buyers, right?
Correct.
And so if I have a listing and you bring a buyer to that listing and they're both clients of Keller Williams Preferred Realty, I have a fiduciary duty to your client as much as I have to my client, correct?
Yes. And as long as the listing agent gets permission from the seller to talk about terms and stuff, you can communicate. So I think the piece that people get nervous about when they're getting multiple offers or just communicating in general is, are you even asking your seller if you can talk to the other agent about, hey, can I push up the offer? Hey, can I talk to the buyer's agents about what if I can get you this? You're talking a lot about closing dates, I'm sure already. How many times people ask you, what's your seller's preferred closing date? That's a term. So you go back and you're telling the buyer's agent a term. The seller gave you permission to do that. There's other things that you're trying to do. Right now, there's a lot of multiple offers happening out there. And people are communicating with us. Buyer's agents are calling us on the phone and they're asking us, what are we going to do to win the deal? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? You can talk to your seller and you can ask your seller, what am I allowed? What do you want me to say to the buyer's agents? You can ask them what you have permission to say. And whatever they tell you have permission to say, talk to the buyer's agents. You don't have to say, what's your bottom line? Like, if they tell you to communicate it, you can say that too. Whatever the seller tells you, you can say to the other people is what you're allowed to communicate. It can be vague as well. So if you have 5 agents on the other side. And the seller says, go ahead and communicate, like try to get the best offer. Why would you not try to work with someone from Keller Williams? Doesn't make any sense. And that Keller Williams buyer might not be able to come to terms to be the best buyer. They might not be able to go the highest. They might not be able to do the terms the seller wants. That's fine. We can't always win. We're not gonna always win. You have to do what's best for the seller because we owe them a fiduciary duty. But we're trying to make the deal come together, and that's what we're just trying to come, communication is key in this business. And reputation is everything. You don't have a good reputation in this business, then we don't want to ruin our reputation by going downhill. But Edina Realty does a really good job at this. They talk behind the scenes, they sell a lot of listings, they communicate internally, so they figured it out, yes.
So if I understand you correctly, what Bryce was saying was dual agency. Keller Williams Preferred Realty has the responsibility to take care of the clients first, but as long as the seller gives you permission to, offer. Like if I have multiple offers and we're on both sides, I can let the seller know the dual agency and if you want to work with a KWPR agent, you can say this is what it's going to take if they give you permission. But would there be any conflict issue if we didn't say that to the other listing agents that weren't KWPR? Like, could you get in trouble for that?
So when you sign your listing agreement with the seller, they already opt into dual agency or not, right, up front. So that's already, you already know what you're dealing with before you're even getting into offers with the seller. Because you're either allowing the 200, 180, whatever agents from our brokerage to come to your listing or not. So that's already set aside. When you go talk to your seller, I would approach it as, what are you gonna allow me to say to buyers agents as far as pushing up your offer? I'm already trying to do that as a listing agent without giving up their terms, price, and motivation. Like I'm already doing work on these people before I even get an offer in hand. I'm already trying to move the needle. Like we already know the listing price is on the market and MLS. So like I'm trying to get things coming in on my offers before I even get them in because we talk to agents. So if I'm hearing from a couple people, if I've got a hot listing and I know oh yeah, Jimmy, I'm going to be sending in an offer. Oh, I'm going to send an offer. And I hear this coming in. Oh, do you think we're going to need to do an inspection? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I'm hearing I'm getting 4 offers coming in. So then it starts setting a tone of what they're going to do because they're feeling, oh no, I got to get, you're working that listing already. So you're already communicating with people more than you think you are. If you're just talking on the phone, doing your job. So I go to the seller and try to make it kind of universal anyways. So it keeps you out of getting in these little rabbit holes, but you can flat out ask them, hey, can I talk to the Keller Williams agent? You just have to talk to the seller. You don't have to make it any kind of
writing with your seller, what you want the seller's willing to say.
Yes.
And it can be as easy as a text message.
Yeah, text, email.
It's trackable.
Yep. Okay.
So I guess the question I'm asking is there a special obligation we have on dual agency that the other Keller Williams on the other side has, I don't know. I mean, this is coming from, I think, some conversation Bryce has had before, where we have a fiduciary duty to give that other side a better chance or first chance or something. I mean, I guess that's the explanation I'm looking for, if that's true or not, or simply whatever your seller says is what you can say, and you say it to everyone. And if KWPR gets it and they can reach the term, then so be it, because that's kind of what I've done. But I'm confused on what is our actual responsibility when it comes to dual agency for KWPR and like being on the same side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that our fiduciary duty, your fiduciary duty, and your role is to, as your agent, is to your seller. Obviously, I think what we're trying to encourage is, or are we just ignoring the fact that we have another Keller Williams buyer sitting right there? You know, because as a brokerage, like, I have to watch out for both sides. I'm playing a role that I have to watch out for both sides. I have to help Bryce over here. He's still a part of the brokerage. So it's one big brokerage here. You know, like we have people on both sides. I'm trying to help both sides get their job done. So you still have fiduciary duties primarily to the seller. Bryce has his to the buyer, but we're not really connecting the dots by not trying to communicate knowingly when there's other agents sitting at the table of trying to get them to come together. And I think we could do a better job of it. Yeah, Colin.
I think one approach to this is selling the agent on the other side of the transaction, whether you're representing a buyer or a seller in a dual agency scenario. You are one of the benefits to your, I'll say your client, but to whichever client you've been working directly with is, hey, we've got another KWPR agent on the other side of the transaction. And let me tell you that may not be a specific term on the purchase agreement, but it is important to know who we're working with on the other side and knowing that that can help us get this thing across the finish line. It doesn't mean we're not going to have problems, but I can tell you that this is a good agent. This is an agent that falls under a broker. Our broker is strong. And you as a client of our brokerage should know that.
I have a quick question to ask on that. Okay, so if we have multiple offers and if you asked your seller, would you be willing to let me share these offers with the KW agent and they can make you, if they want to match it or make it better? Is that something we can do if we got the seller's permission?
100%.
Then we should be doing it. The whole point of the conversation.
Yes.
That's why we're here. That's the whole point of the conversation.
You can do
Anything
do that.
So why wouldn't a seller want the best offer? So, and we have that.
And then the buyer gets the property who's represented by us, so it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. And then maybe they can't beat that offer, but yeah, correct. So,
If they
But at
can't
least
do
you
it,
tried.
they had an opportunity. So we're not doing anything that's not legal. We're not violating any fiduciary duty to the individual client. You're getting permission, because those are terms, and the seller is giving you permission.
Right.
You can ask. That's what I'm saying.
just
Opening
ask.
up conversation, trying to do things together more and just communicating.
Sure.
So I get that, and I think that's great, and I agree, we should all be doing that. If we've said to our seller, Krista brought a buyer, she's in my brokerage, do I have your permission to share these terms with her to see if her buyer can match or beat it? And I do that. Do I owe anything to the other agents from other brokerages? Do I have to give them that same information, or can I just give that to Krista?
And what does the seller say?
Okay, so that's the seller's call.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna switch this and, oh, go ahead.
Well, I think the other thing that should be clear here is that in this case, Krista, as the buyer's agent, is likely also going to ask you that question. And the other agents probably haven't. And so when you talk about what do you owe somebody, I owe you a response. I owe the buyer's agents a response. And if they don't ask me, I don't have to offer it to them.
Right.
Colin.
Yeah, to take off of Jason's point, if you have multiple offers and you can tell your seller client that, hey, out of all these agents, it is Sarah from our brokerage, so that would be a dual agency transaction for us. It is Sarah that has asked me specifically to talk to you to see if you are willing to divulge terms so that her buyer has the opportunity to make the best possible offer and give you the best possible terms. Yeah, absolutely. Sarah's the one that's being aggressive on this. absolutely go back and talk to Sarah and see if we can get something done at this number. Right? I think, because I think Jim Lee's right. There are some good agents that will push hard on this,
I do.
but there's a lot of agents that they just throw something out there and you never hear from them again.
Or I'll ask the question and I cannot tell you, now I'm not talking about our agents, but just in general. What can you tell me about the offer? Can you tell me what your bet? And they say, no, I can't tell you. And I'm willing to bet 99% of them have not asked their seller. They truly think that they can't share that information.
But is there not also, sorry, Jim Lee, I'm sidetracking your next topic here, but isn't there also a section of law, real estate law, that says once the offers have been presented to the seller, that we who are representing the seller have the right to disclose those terms to the other side?
82.71 subdivision 2.
Yep.
That's the exact statute.
Yep. So what is it?
Many times.
I'm not.
Nerdlers, we're there.
I think I'm wrong on that, am I, Bryce?
What's that?
I don't think I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, I mean, in their statute, it's like 3 sentences, but it essentially says you have to present the offer to the seller prior to disclosing any of the terms to another buyer. Now, it doesn't explicitly give you permission outright without the permission of the seller.
Right.
Or that permission, it just says it needs to be presented to the seller first before it's presented to anyone else.
Fair enough.
So basically, all offers have to be presented.
Right.
Or the seller gives you permission. If the seller's in the driver's seat, right? Our clients are in the driver's seat. So whatever they direct us to do.
About the reasons, because they're gonna say, so often sellers are gonna say, well, what do you think I should do? And they need to make the decision, but we need to be able to speak to it.
Needs to make sense.
Yeah.
It needs to be worked out for their benefit too.
They need
You
to
can't just
understand
make
why
it
it's
work out
different.
for the buyer because they're from the same brokerage.
Yeah.
You don't want to be to a detriment to the seller. And that's the whole reputation thing that I'm talking about is we're one big family, need to communicate, but it cannot be to the detriment of the seller.
And that's something you and I talked about yesterday, like if you got $400,000 listing and you got one offer at 300,000, we're probably not gonna wanna disclose that to another buyer who's maybe interested in the property. That's a time where we would say, hey, seller, it's probably not a good idea to disclose this offer amount because we wanna get you at least your list price or more. You know, so there's gonna be situations where it's like, you know, obviously we need to think about it a little bit and say, this isn't to the best interest of the seller.
And I think that's important to prep them at the kitchen table.
Right.
I tell all my selling clients, listen, you're hiring me based on my experience and my negotiation skills. There is a time to push on the deal and there's a time to pull back. And I'm gonna let you know when I think those times are, and that would obviously be an example.
Yep, I'm gonna touch into another topic here. I'll just do this really fast because this came up over the weekend. I got a call from an agent. There's tons of multiple offers going on right now. How many people has run into that?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna ask you a really quick scenario. We'll just keep it basic. Say you have a listing, you get multiple offers. Let's say all the terms are the same. And you get an offer for $625. The seller wants to call highest and best Sunday by 3 p.m. They get an offer for $625. They get an offer for $630, and they get an offer for $635. Which offer does the seller have to go with?
Whatever.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, because I have, the seller can do whatever they want with these offers, okay? They can take and hodgepodge, pick all the different terms, throw them in a bucket and mix them all up and then put it back to whatever buyer they want to go with. You can use escalation clauses if they allow you to, and they can do whatever they want. Your buyer has an option to sign if they put back a counter offer to, if they want to. If you get the privilege of winning the multiple offer situation, your buyer has the option to sign the counter offer. So you can get upset if they renegotiated something off your escalation clause and they didn't do something you wanted, but your buyer has the option to move forward or not. It doesn't mean your highest sale price might not be the best term for them. Other agents are dropping commissions. Some agents are doing non-refundable earnest money. Some agents are doing, escalation clauses with 5,000 over the highest offer. Some people are doing appraisal gap coverages entire amount. So all of these things are things to think about when you're in these multiple offer situations. If you need help on how to navigate through that, call me. I've helped plenty of people get through multiple offer situations or get creative. Call a senior agent here if you want to. Like, I'm always happy to help you. I just want to make sure that you guys know that, because I had agents call me upset that they didn't understand why things are changing. Well, they can change. The seller can do whatever they want to. You can negotiate with the buyer however they want to. Also, sometimes when if they decide that they want to show you proof of another offer, they don't have to do that. That's their choice too. If they want to show you proof of another offer, I do see, because I do this myself too, I black out the buyer's name just for professional courtesy. Some people get upset about that. I just think it's professional courtesy to just black out the buyer's name. So don't be surprised if that happens to you sometimes. I just think it's nice not to show you who they are, but I don't black out the brokerage logo and all that kind of stuff, but just their signatures and stuff, just to keep them private. They have a broker. If we're really concerned that they're lying to us and making something up, I can call them and have them look at it. So they can't lie, their license is on the line. So we have to, we have to operate in a spirit of trust that people are, telling the truth and stuff like that. So
what happened with that? Like, everybody in the room said the correct answer, but so what happened? Or what was the concern?
One of our agents was in a multiple offer situation. They actually won 9 offers, and it was just a weird situation for them, and they just felt the other agent was not communicating back and forth right. But it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, you can switch things up. And so I just validated you did a good job,
Yeah, right.
you won the deal.
Yep.
You got, inspection and just certain terms. So they did a good job, and just going through confirming, okay, the steps that were taken and stuff. So I was glad to hear they won after 9 offers. And so the market is popping out there, and if you guys need help in those, situations, just give me a holler. So
I want to make, just to give you a compliment, real quick, which I know you are gonna love in a room like this. You're doing just a fantastic job in the role, and she's told me about some of the situations that she's been in with agents, and she will straight up call, like, she's helped other agents win in multiples by calling the listing agent because she's done deals with Sally or Bill or whoever. So if you are in multiples and you want to win, I would think Jim Lee will call the listing agent, regardless if she knows them or not. She will call the listing agent for you and say, Pam's a great agent. Anything that we can do, I want you to know that I'm the broker. We'd love to win, blah blah blah. Like, so you're just doing a great job, and I appreciate you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Awesome. Well, hey. This is also true. I mean, I can't imagine a better time to be out there doing open houses. We got a lot of people that have open houses, so let's fill those open houses and bring in some clients. Also, I got confirmation that Grayson did graduate. He is going into 5th grade.
Yeah.
Nice work.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Oh.
Need to get down to there.
Yeah. Oh, wait, did everybody in your class?
Emma.
Oh, is it Emma? Is it Riley?
He can't remember the name. There's so many.
Sally? Jennifer? Maurice? Nicole? Stop.
All right,
Sarah,
thanks.
stop.
Well, Olivia loves to go on dating apps for other people, so. That's true. All right, well, hey, here's what we got. We have the gentleman from Keystone, so please grab some Giuseppe's. come right back here. Let's give these gentlemen, you know, the respect and appreciation, because we're really trying to build is high quality relationships that are of high value for you and your clients, make your lives easier. So grab some grub and come on back. Thank you, Jimly. Way to go.
Oh, no, it's like.
Get your office.
The one van,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yes.
If you're not in your office,
Yeah.